Good morning everyone. So today we will proceed with lesson 5 of history, the rebellion of 1857. By 1857 the British had established colonial domination over a major part of India through arbitrary methods of annexation and harsh economic policies, about which we have already learned and understood in our previous videos. Fine. Now, what were the causes of the rebellion? We are studying the chapter The Rebellion of 1857, and here we are seeing that the Indians were facing some arbitrary methods of annexation and in economic policies. Fine. So, what was the causes of the rebellion? Why people rebelled against the Britishers? By the mid 18th century, Nawabs and Rajas had lost their power. Instead, British residents had been stationed in courts with the freedom of the rulers reduced, their armed forces disbanded, and their revenues and territory forcibly taken away, which were the reason for the rebellion. Now, many rulers tried to negotiate with the company to protect their interest. Even Rani Lakshmi Bai of Jhansi wanted the company to recognize her adopted son as the heir to the kingdom. Nana Sahib, the adopted son of Peshwa Bajirao II, pleaded that he be given his father's pension when the latter died. However, all these pleas were turned down by the company. The company then annexed Awadh. The British accused the ruler Wajid Ali Shah of maladministration and misgovernance. In 1801, a subsidiary alliance was imposed on Awadh, and in 1856 it was taken over. In 1849, even Dalhousie announced that after the death of Bahadur Shah Zafar, the family would be shifted out of Red Fort and given another place to live in. In 1856, Governor General Lord Canning decided that Bahadur Shah Zafar could be the last Mughal emperor. After his death, none of his sons would be recognized as emperors. They would be only called princes. Now, the peasants and the landlords. Many chiefs and landlords rebelled as the British land revenue policies robbed them of their power and privileges. Now, we are seeing section wise who all rebelled. Okay, now previously we have discussed about the different rulers, why they rebelled. Now we will see the conditions of the peasants and landlords, the reason behind them for which they have rebelled. Now, among that, first is the many chiefs landlords rebelled because land revenue policies were robbed them for their power and privileges. Among those who rebelled were the polygars of Tirunelveli and the talukdars, that is landowners of Aligarh, and the diwan of Travancore. The peasant revolted frequently because of the excessive tax demand under the new land revenue systems. Overcrowding of land because of ruination of handicraft, exploitation by moneylenders, and rural poverty also forced people to revolt. The Mopla peasants of Malabar and the Chars of Bihar and Bengal were two examples of these. Now, in this section, the sepoys, we will see the sepoys means army. Why these people, the sepoys, Indian sepoys rebelled against the Britishers? The first reason is the Indian sepoys were discontented regarding their pay, allowances, and condition of service. They were very much dissatisfied with the way the Britishers were paying them, the Britishers were giving them allowances, and the conditions of the service. They were not happy with that. And even moreover, the new rules violated their religious sensibilities and religious beliefs. They resented British regulations banning beards and the use of caste marks and the replacement of turbans with leather caps. The sepoys also resented having to travel beyond India's frontiers in violation of social taboos to fight wars for the British. The sepoys mutinied in 1806 at Vellore, at Barakpur in 1824 and in 1844 on the question of salaries. The dissatisfaction was so widespread that the British anticipated a major revolt from them sue. Now we will move on to the topic new laws and response to reforms. The British passed many laws to stop the practice of sati and to encourage the remarriage of widows. These were some good laws which were made by the Britishers. And then next was the promotion of English as a language was widely encouraged, but the British also started Christian missionaries to function freely. That means the British allowed the Christian missionaries to function freely in its domain and even own land and property. And in 1850 a new law was passed to make conversion to Christianity easier. This law allowed an Indian Christian to inherit the property of his ancestors. Now Christian to inherit the property of his ancestors were not liked by many of the Indians. Now many Indians felt that the British were destroying their religion, social customs and traditional way of life. Okay. Now this is all in today's video. In next video we will discuss the